Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. I've got to break out the sexy voice for this one.
Yeah, it's great.
Actually, I don't know how sexy it is. It doesn't feel
pretty
sexy. Unfortunately, it comes with a sore throat and a cough and the sniffles.
Yeah, that's...
But here it goes anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Squarespace today.
Oh, I'm very, very excited about it.
Meredith's face just became a droopy mess. So this episode is going to be for anybody who is already on Squarespace, using Squarespace, and anybody who's thinking about using Squarespace, or either a website for the first time or changing to Squarespace. I've got some good stuff for you today. If you're not...
That was my next question. If you have nothing to do with Squarespace...
If you have nothing to do with Squarespace, or you don't plan on using Squarespace, then there's not going to be a whole lot beneficial for you here.
Except jokes.
Other than listening to my sexy voice.
Which, I got to say, as the wife, I like it.
Okay, so Squarespace. So I do not like Squarespace for one major reason. It is not good for SEO.
Yeah, that's what I think we've learned that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's better than it used to be, but I have always told people, if people come to me as a consultant and are considering or planning or have a website on Squarespace, the first thing I say is that is not a long-term business solution. Right. It is just not a business solution.
Right.
Now, what I do like about it is that it's super easy. Like it is by far easier to create a website on Squarespace than any other platform I know of.
Huh.
I think of it kind of like Legos. Like anybody can play with Legos. Like it's easy to play with Legos. And you can build a house with Legos.
Yeah.
But would you really want to live in that house? Or would you want to live in a house made of like, house stuff? Wood. Yeah.
Glass.
Same
couches,
thing. Same thing. And if you're just looking to get started, then it's an okay solution.
That's
but in your future, plan that you're going to migrate at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, because didn't we use my site also as kind of
Your site actually is right now on Squarespace.
Yeah.
And we did that because
I wanted to design my own website because you got tired of saying, here, I spent months and months on it. What do you think about it?
I remember the phrase, I hate it. Yeah. I remember the phrase, I hate it, hearing that one a lot. But in my own defense, I have to say, you got a lot of clients through it, right?
Yeah.
Even if you didn't like it. But anyway, so I digress. So I go back. So we decided, you're going to design, you want to control the aesthetic of your own site. Fair enough. Yeah. So let's use Squarespace. Whole lot easier for you to do that than it would be on WordPress or Showit or Wix or anything else, literally.
Right.
Now, since then, since you have done that, unfortunately, I have learned the fundamentals of Squarespace. I know a lot about Squarespace now. I know where a lot of the shortcomings are.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things I learned very much the hard way.
Yeah.
Only looking back or months after the fact, I discovered that something really bad and really basic is happening. And I'm like, oh shit, that is like fundamental. If I make those mistakes, most likely other people are making those mistakes also.
Yeah.
So what I have done is I created a fundamentals course, a little mini course. I won't call it a course. It's like a series of things. If you are thinking about putting a site on Squarespace, or you already have a site on Squarespace, there's a few things that you really got to do. Okay. You really have to do. And there's a chance that it might not be problems for you.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Sure.
But there's I think a good chance that they will be issues.
Okay.
So I will say, if you are considering Squarespace because it's easy, something else I would recommend you consider is Wix.
Oh.
Wix. Like now, Wix used to be terrible. They were so much worse than Squarespace.
Yeah.
Wix has been completely revamped in the last couple of years. And I only became aware of it on two different occasions. Yeah. Number one, a colleague of mine, super smart guy, really knows his stuff, told me how much better Wix was. Huh. And I was like, okay, that's it. I didn't really believe him, but I'm like, that's interesting if he really thinks that. And then Google they didn't recommend, but they kind of praised Wix for the stuff they were doing, which is very rare. I've never heard Google praise another company really for, especially like a website builder, things like that. They usually don't mention anything by name. They don't want to give recommendations. They don't want to go on record and saying yes or no, anything like that. But somebody at Google, a very high person in what I would consider the SEO portion of their company, said what a wonderful job Wix has been doing. So then I checked it out, and it is amazing what they are doing.
Holy smokes, how so?
Well, I'll have to get into that in another episode.
Okay,
but so my point, if you are thinking about Squarespace, Wix is also pretty easy. I would say it's probably not as easy as building a website on Squarespace. But the difference is, if you learn Wix, you can stay on Wix. Like it is a powerful SEO solution. It's really good. Whereas if you go on Squarespace, like I said, you're going to need to change at some point in the future.
So when you change, let's just say my website is on Squarespace, and I wanted to switch it to another browser
platform.
Do I then need to recreate it on that platform, or do
that's going to be another episode also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch there to unpack.
Okay. Tune in for Meredith's Husband new episode: How to
1 billion
change your platform.
Okay, so that's something to consider if you are considering Squarespace. Throw Wix in there, take a look, see what you think. It is not quite as easy. It's not like Legos. It's more like what are those peg things that you can build stuff with? It's like remember that as a kid?
The
sticks
magnetic ones?
No, they were like sticks, and they had there were wood things. It was like
yeah, pickup sticks? No, that's a different thing.
It was some sort of building.
Sticks.
Like
logs, Lincoln logs?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, as you can see by the brilliant point I've just made, Wix is a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder than Legos.
Clear.
Now, if you consider Wix and you're like, no, I like Squarespace, or if you're already on Squarespace, like I said, sometimes it's the right solution. I have a fundamentals mini course that you can go check out. It's in the paid section of Meredith's Husband, so it's not free, but you can get a free trial. That will be plenty of time to go through the fundamentals.
How about that?
The coupon code is Squarespace Fun.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Kind of a sneak peek.
Or
let's focus and use this course for free, which is more.
You can do that. Yeah, use the course for free.
Yeah,
that's what I always say.
And then if you like it, you could maybe Venmo a nice thank you.
Well, you can just keep this subscription if you like.
Oh, you could just keep this. That's even better, easier, because you're already there.
Yeah, you literally don't have to do anything.
Okay, so this podcast episode was to direct people saying, first off, if you have two paths. One, if you are going to use the Squarespace, then check out the Smash class.
Yep.
And then if you're not, just if you're in a place where you're thinking about it, also consider Wix. That's the cliff note of this episode.
Yes.
I'm so smart. Where's my diploma?
It actually is pretty good.
Right?
I should use that for something. I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't know. I have no idea.
This is not uncommon. If you're listening and you don't have any clue either, this is kind of my life. She asked me to open the sink. That probably means take the carrots out of the fridge.
That's crazy. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.